This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Afternoon Update. It's Monday, March 9th, 2015. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. The Barbados electorate will ultimately decide. That's the position of opposition leader Mia Mottley as she served a notice that her Barbados Labour Party will return to Parliament tomorrow to debate, among other things, the motion of no confidence filed by her leader of opposition business, Santia Bradshaw, in House Speaker Michael Carrington. The BLP has been boycotting the House for some time now, following the legal scandal involving Carrington. Ms. Mottley says they will be in the opposition benches tomorrow when the House convenes.
The leader of opposition business, Santia Bradshaw, filed a motion of no confidence on Wednesday in the Speaker of the House. We are therefore going to Parliament on Tuesday to do the people's business. If they permit the motion of no confidence against the Speaker to be heard, we are ready and eager to debate that. If they finally bring the Committee of Privileges report concerning the said Carrington scandal, again we are ready to deal with that. And if they choose to continue to sidestep the issue and plod along in a business as usual manner, then we believe this issue is significantly and sufficiently ventilated that it is now for the voters of Barbados to deliberate upon and pass their judgment when the time comes.
Ms. Mottley says if lawmakers do not allow the motion to be heard, then voters will deliver their judgment on the government in the next election. She made reference to last month's general election in St. Kitts Nevis.
The people of St. Kitts showed what happens when there are several years of sidestepping and sweeping crucial and contentious issues under the carpet. I have no doubt that vote of no confidence, which was brought against the government over 2 years ago, was ultimately debated and determined by voters on election day. The elected members chose there not to debate the motion, but the people did. My position now is that similarly, I turn such issues over to the voters of Barbados.
Meantime, St. Lucie MP Dennis Clement is describing the opposition's no-confidence motion as a lazy excuse to get back in the House through what he describes as the back door. Clement made the comments as he addressed party members at a Pine St. Michael branch meeting last night.
The truth is, if they used to think, you think that they will be crawling through the back door to get back in Parliament on Tuesday? I am not going back in there with the Speaker until the Speaker leaves the chair. There's a very serious words, you know. At least, when Thompson said that, he didn't have to go back. The elections were called. And he came back as Prime Minister.
Drag racers beware. Transport Minister Michael Lashley says tougher legislation is coming to deal with persons who participate in this illegal activity, as well as those who drive under the influence and texting.
But the amendments should come to Parliament within another month or so and finalize the amendments. The breathalyzer test is coming. That has been finalized. The texting while driving. Touring something up through a window while you're driving. That is also be dealt with under the app. These fellas that doing the Sundays that those the drag racing that will be dealt with too. It is a very comprehensive piece of legislation that will be dealt with.
Minister Lashley was addressing supporters of his St. Philip North constituency at a branch meeting last night. Meantime, opposition MP for St. Michael East, Trevor Prescott, is not happy with the level of community response in the search for missing man Sidney Atto Halford.
Probably we would have expected a larger collective of people from in the direct community itself. from my observation, that representation was very limited in the light of the victim who was dispersed today, Mr. Honda, who will be missing out for considerable time. Being a man who grew up in the community and would have interacted with a lot of young men and women across the community. Pam, the mother, who is a well-known person within the community, and the entire family in the community, we would have expected a greater public response.
On Sunday, a search party of more than 120 people, including 45 police and defense force officers, accompanied by sniffer dogs, family members, friends, and people from the community, turned out for a 2-hour search of the Bell Gully area for Holford, who's been missing since January. Unfortunately, he was not found. Instead, lawmen stumbled upon a field of cannabis plants. One of the men who were attacked over the weekend by 3 masked gunmen is worried about the level of crime in the country. Harry Joe Grimes Clement is home arresting after he was shot in the chest after perpetrators invaded his Lamins St. Joseph home and also injured his friend Hugh Clement with the butt of a gun.
It's not that kind of area. So just let the violence or anything to.
So you're thankful that you are still alive?
Yes, I am thankful that I'm still alive. And I praise God that I'm alive. And he says, well, look what Barbados come to. People robbing for cents and pennies.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To news from the region now, Jamaican investigators uncovered troubling findings after probing the deaths of 12 people shot by the Royal St. Lucia Police Force in 2010 and 2011. Delivering the findings in a national address last night, Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony reported that the police force maintained death lists of people deemed to be criminals and planted guns at the scene of police shootings to legalize their unlawful actions. Prime Minister Anthony also said investigators found that all the shootings reviewed were staged by the police but were reported as homicides by unknown assailants. The Prime Minister said he will not order that suspected police officers behind the alleged unlawful killings be charged or dismissed or offer the packages to retire. The report has been sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions. On the international front, police in northeastern India have charged 42 people in connection with the lynching of a suspected rapist who was taken from prison by a mob. Syed Sharif Khan was stripped naked by the mob, beaten and dragged through the streets before being hanged. A curfew remains in effect and hundreds of policemen have been patrolling the streets amid the heightened tension. According to police, Mr. Khan was arrested last month on charges of raping a 19-year-old tribal woman 3 times. That's our Barbados Today afternoon updates, but we will be back again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 online TV, as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Do have a wonderful day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag Sexy